Hey, welcome back everybody. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault, and today we're going to talk about how to live your best life, and we're going to do it right now. Alright, so make sure you watch the full video, and that way you'll get all the tips. And they kind of go together, so to get the full benefit you need to watch the full video. And then the most important thing is to take action on these tips, and that way you'll change your life. Because if you don't change what you're doing, then your life's not going to change. So make sure you watch the whole video, take action, and you're going to be loving life. So the first tip is to put your life first. And we all tend to put other people's lives first. If we put them in front of us, and we tend to take care of everyone but ourselves. And really that's not really a good way to do it. And even if you're on the plane, and let's say if the plane goes down, starts to go down, and air masks come down, they tell you to put yours on first before you help anybody else. Because the reason why is because if you pass out, you can't help anybody else. And the whole thing is if you aren't taking care of yourself first, you're going to have a really hard time taking care of others. So make sure you take care of yourself first, and then you'll actually be better off in helping others down the road. So make sure you do that, and you take care. When I say take care of yourself, to take care of your physical health, your mental health, and your financial health. And if you can get all those three down, then you're going to be much better off to be able to help others. Also, make sure you listen to your inner voice and do what you want to do, and not what others want you to do, or more importantly, what you think others might want you to do. You have to do what you want to do, so you need to figure out what that is and then do that. And that way you'll be a happy life. What you don't want to do is live a life that you're not happy about, but you're doing it because others expect you to live it that way, and then you really are putting stress on your body. You're not really living a happy life, and it's just really not worth it. You only live once, so you want to make sure you make the best of that life. The next tip is to make an ongoing mission for several things I'm going to go over. So make an ongoing mission. Think about these things every day, and that is self-acceptance. So make sure you accept yourself for who you are, loving yourself, self-confidence, and I'm just going to say we can sometimes be our worst critic. Okay, so one of the things you also don't want to do, and I know it's one of the hardest things not to do, because I know I do it myself, and I don't know why, but we all tend to do it, but that is compare yourself to others. You don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that, because it just breaks you down as opposed to builds you up. So make sure that you're not doing that. And people will talk about self-love, where you should be loving others other than yourself first, but the reason why you want to love yourself first is self-love is the most important tool that we have to make us survive. The reason why we survive and live and fight to live is because of self-love. If we don't love ourselves, then we got a real problem. So make sure that you understand that it's okay to talk about self-love, and it's okay to love yourself. And that's very important. So the next tip that I have is I like to look at my life, and I like to look at what is my biggest reward and what can I do to get there. So one of the things I do, and I'm going to grab it, is at the beginning of the year I put together a vision board, and this is my vision board, and has all my goals on it. So what I do is at the beginning of the year I will put my vision board together, I put all my goals on it, and then I have it right next to me so that I see it every day, so I know what I'm going after. So that's what you need to do. Set up that vision board. You can always look at, I do have a video actually on how to do a vision board, and if you don't know what it is, you can take a look at that video, but it will actually show you how to do it. But it's something where you can get some direction in your life, so you're not forgetting what you want to go after. And then what you need to do is stop making excuses and overthinking your goals. Like, okay, I can't really possibly get to that goal because of blank, blank, blank. What you want to do is say, I can get to that goal because of blank, blank, blank. So make sure you aren't doing it. And don't overthink them and say, well, maybe I should change it, maybe I should tweak it, well, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. Just set up your goals in the beginning of the year, go after them, know you got a year to get them, and work slowly towards them. It doesn't have to be done in a week. So let's say if you want to lose 30 pounds, you're not going to lose that in 1 week, right? So you're going to take time to get there. So if 1 week you happen to go up a pound, that's okay, because you know that you've got more weeks to come in order to get to that 30 pounds. So make sure you know that it's the long-term part. It's the day-to-day and stuff that you need to do to get there, and you have that direction because the vision board is going to give you that direction. And so if you go after your goals, you're going to have a much happier life. Make sure that if you're, don't be afraid to do what you want, to get what you want out of life. So you got to kick fear in the face, and you just got to do it, just like the Nike commercial says. You just got to do it. And it's so easy to be afraid of doing something because we're afraid of failure. But it's okay to fail. And then one of the most important things you got to do is you got to start now on those goals. So you set up those goals today if you haven't already, and go after them. And you don't have to be on a calendar year. So if you happen to be starting today and it's, we're in November, set it up now and just say, okay, where am I going to be next November? It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned to a calendar that's man-made anyway. So just make sure that you know that. And starting now is more important than anything. Don't wait to say, okay, I'll start this in January, because then you've already lost 2 months. You could have been 2 months ahead of it if you just started it now instead of waiting. Just like if you want to lose that 30 pounds, you could have been 8 weeks into losing that 30. You might have lost the 30 pounds by the end of the year as opposed to waiting until the beginning of the year to lose it. It doesn't make sense to wait. And people who tend to say, well, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, they keep saying that every day, and tomorrow never gets there. So make sure you start today. Just do it, and you will be so much happier if you do. And just think about where you're going to be for a year from now. So that's what keeps you going, is say, okay, here's where I am now, but you got to visualize where you'll be a year from now, and you're going to be like, you know what? This is worth it, because I'm going to be here a year from now, and I'm going to be smiling because I'm going to meet my goal. So make sure you do that. Also look about where you're going to be in 5 years, in 10 years, if you keep doing it. That's what I'm doing at my YouTube channel, in fact. I know that it's very difficult to start a YouTube channel, and I know it's very difficult to get to a certain point with the YouTube channel. So I know that it's going to be a long haul. So where I'm going to be at the end of this year is going to be different than I'm going to be at the end of 2021, which is going to be different in 5 years, which is going to be different in 10 years. So I see different things in those times, and I know that it's okay. I'm just enjoying the journey. I'm plugging away, and I'm doing 2 videos a week, and I know that if I just keep doing this and keep doing this, that I will get there eventually. And the one thing you don't want to do is wait too long. So let's say your goal is to travel the world, and you want to travel the world, but you keep putting off that vacation to go to the first country, and you keep putting it up and you keep putting it up, and then all of a sudden you're 90 years old and you can't physically travel anymore. Well, then you start having regrets. Oh my God, I let all my life went by and I didn't do what I wanted to do. And so you don't want to have those regrets. So that's why you got to do it today. You want to go after those goals now, and that way you'll actually achieve them, and you're going to not have any regrets when you get to the end of time. And just remember, you only live once, so you want to make the best of it, and that's how you live your best life, is to actually do now and not just look at what's tomorrow. You want to work towards getting to tomorrow, but you don't want to just say, okay, well, something might happen to me between now and tomorrow. No, you want to take action to get there. The next tip is you'll probably get burned out at some time going after your goals. So you don't want to act like the hare. You want to act like the tortoise, number one. You don't want to go crazy into it. And it's great to have a lot of enthusiasm, but you can have too much. I know some people who, they want to start working out in the gym, so they start working out 5 times a week or whatever. They're working out all the time, and they're killing themselves. They're spending 4 hours in the gym, and then 2 weeks go by and they're like, I can't take it anymore, and they quit. As opposed to the person who does work out maybe 6 days out of the 7, but they only put in a half an hour. They mix it up. They do some weights maybe in the gym 3 days a week. Maybe 3 days a week they go out for a run or a brisk walk, and that way they're doing what they can achieve to do. They can keep doing the rest of their life, And if you're doing that, it's something that can be sustainable for the rest of your life. You're going to be more successful than someone who's just binging it all in the beginning and then finds that they can't take it anymore. So make sure that if you don't want to get burned out, make sure you're doing that. Also, know what your motivation triggers are. It really helps out to know what they are, like what's going to motivate you to do something. So these will help take you out and being in a slump. So if you're in a slump, it will help you out. So some of the things that I do, what are some of my motivation triggers to get me back, is I will read an inspirational self-improvement book or books. And I do have a video on some of my favorite ones, and you can go back and look at that. And that really helps me get back. I also will watch inspirational videos on YouTube, or I'll listen to podcasts, and it all brings me back to being inspired again, so that I'm not getting burned out and going after my goal. And for one of the things I also do is, because I put out 2 videos a week on YouTube, you can easily get burned out doing that, trust me. So I do have a schedule that I have, and I will try. My goal is to have 8 videos in the cam, so that way I have a month's worth of videos in the cam, and that way if something happens in a week and I just really don't feel like filming, then I can just upload, I'm just uploading from my schedule, and then I'm just off a week, and then in a week or 2 I get back into it, I start making it, and I catch back up, and I'm always staying a month ahead, and that way I have plenty of videos that are going to go up. I'm never going to get to that point where I'm like, I'm not motivated, but I have to put up a video tomorrow and I don't have one. That's never happened to me on my video channel, my channel, since I've had it, because I've always had enough in the can, ready to go up. And so that's one way to do it, is to make sure you stay ahead of where you need to be. And that way I can also, and one of the things I would mention to get out of burnout is to go on vacation. And that helps me if I have a month's worth of videos already in the can ready to go up, and I go on vacation for a week or 2, I don't have to worry about filming any videos. In fact, I just went to Sedona. In fact, I did do a vlog, so I was filming when I was on vacation, but it was really a fun vacation. It was fun filming it. So you can always look at that video. It's up. In fact, it just went up a few weeks ago, and you can see that one, and you can see what I did in Sedona. But my point is you can go on vacation, you can take breaks, but just be prepared for them, so that you're still making sure you're staying on track to hit your goals. And that's one way to keep motivated and to refresh. You do have to reboot every once in a while, and that's the way I can do it, where I can go away for a week or 2 or even more. I can reboot, and then when I come back, I'm fresh and I'm ready to go again. The next tip to live your best life is to keep exploring, learning, and don't settle for a mediocre life. And it's real easy to just plop down on the couch, drink beer, and watch other people live life on TV. Whether it be sports or sitcom or whatever, drama, whatever it is, you could sit there and watch other people on how they live, or you could be the one who's living. So you have to make that decision. Sitting on the couch all day long drinking beer, watching TV is not a great way to be living. So make sure that, and it's also, once you get into that habit, it's awfully hard to break that habit. So make sure that you don't get into that habit, so you don't have to worry about trying to break that habit. So anyway, and just know, some people say, well, it's uncomfortable for me. It's very comfortable for me to sit on the couch, drink beer, and watch TV, because no one bothers me, and I can just sit there. And it's, if I have to go out and do things or whatever, I get uncomfortable doing that. But you know what? It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to get out of your comfort zone, and you hear that a lot. Getting out of your comfort zone. It actually is the only way for you to grow. Sitting in your comfort zone and doing the same thing day in and day out is never going to help you grow. So you have to get out of that comfort zone. So it's okay to get off that couch and do something that you're not really comfortable with, and you're going to be better off. So those are the tips that I had, and just curious, what are your goals? What do you want out of life? Are you going to make any changes based on this video? What are the tips that I've given that you think that you might implement today? If so, if you do have some, just why don't you put them in the comments below? I would just love to see that stuff. I just really, really love to see people go after goals and be successful. I don't know why, I just love that kind of stuff. So make sure you pop them in the comments. Also, if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and that way YouTube knows to push this video out to other people so they can benefit from it as well. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, so that way the bell notification, because that notifies you every time I put out a healthy living video. I do, like I mentioned, I put out 2 per week. I put one out every Thursday and every Sunday, so make sure you subscribe so you'll get those. And if you know anybody that can use this video or healthy living videos in general, make sure you share this video and the channel with them so that they can join in on all the fun. And for more tips on living happier, healthier life, 2 videos are going to pop up, and you can click on one of them and you can continue your happy, healthy living journey. And I will see you all soon.